real cases before a real judge.
And now, enter the courtroom of Judge Mathis.
Plaintiff Angela Hood says for the past 13 years, she and the defendant have been friends with benefits. Angela claims she discovered she was pregnant with the defendant's baby just hours after he had a baby with another woman, and she's suing him today for unreturned property. Defendant Robert Watts insists he never wanted a committed relationship with Angela, and he believes she's just jealous that he had a baby with another woman. Robert is countersuing for stolen property.
Start with you.
Hi, Your Honor. I'd first like to say, do you know the song by Belle Biv DeVoe, Poison, Never Trust a Big Butt and a Smile? Well, that song is very true.
I sung that song the other day. Go ahead.
All right, 13 years ago, Robert had a big butt and a smile. So, well, for the past 13 years, me and Robert have had a friends with benefits relationship. During this time, he has become really close with both of my sons. They've looked up to him like he's a father figure. He's been the
See,
most...
that's a good idea.
Well...
A man who you just a booty call for?
Well, no, I mean, he looked out for my kids. He's done a lot. He's done a lot for me, and he's done a lot for my kids.
Okay, well, that sounds like it's more than just friends with benefits. Friends with benefits typically means you all associate for the most part for sex. Or we're friends and we'll have some sex, but we're not mates.
Right.
That's what it means. So,
right.
So people like that don't help out with your kids. Go ahead, though.
All right. Around May 27th, 2012, I found out that I was pregnant with our child. Mm-hmm. And I was extremely excited. I was happy. He wasn't as enthused because his son was just actually born a few hours before that when I had told him he has another girlfriend. He had just had a son born. A few weeks later, me and my kids needed somewhere to stay, so he offered...
Why? What had happened to the place you were staying in?
I had got sick and I lost my income and everything, so I lost my place to stay.
Understand.
So he offered for us to come there and store my belongings there, so we did.
Okay, sounds like you're getting to property, so let me allow him to give some background. Sir?
Hi, sir. First of all, I'd like to start off. I am an avid fan of Judge Mathis' show. I watch you 2 times a day. And I would really like to know, could you pay some of your rent? Because usually people don't come to my house that much 2 times a day. And I got, and Mr. Doyle, my sister said, if you get divorced, to holla at her.
Right. Got
Back
one
in
lined
hand,
up.
sir. Back
That's
in hand.
always the case. Go ahead, buddy.
Hey,
I will pay
I
my rent as long as you keep showing me twice a day.
Twice a day.
All right.
10 o'clock, 1 o'clock. I'm missing my 1 o'clock show now, but I'll see your pretty
Keep
face
letting me in, I'll keep paying my rent.
All right, thank you.
ahead.
But yes, sir, I have known Angela for 13 years. Yes, friends with benefits. And as I say, we was friends, and out of all these 13 years, me and Angela never connected like we was gonna be there, you know, on and off. Her kids, I love them. Matter of fact, I miss them. I run a boot camp, and most of the kids come to my house, they leave better than if they were. I run it because when I was a kid, I was 13, 14. I started running in the street, but my uncle grabbed me.
Where did you live?
Lansing, Michigan.
Okay.
My uncle snatched me off the street. He took four years of my life. I didn't say he took it. He gave me 4 years of my life. He took me off the streets, put me in his houses, and start working. Summertime came, instead of me being out the street hanging with my friends, I'm tearing up grass. I'm doing carpeting or whatever he had for the houses to do. I was definitely busy from the time I get out of school, my summer. So as I got older, it kind of bonded me to be a working man. Now I want to pay back what my uncle did to the kids. So normally if a kid has a problem, the parents send them to me. Now I'm a strong believer in not whipping a child. Because if you whoop a child, you're really not going to get nowhere.
Teaching them violence.
Right. So, but back to the story in hand. Her kid has been over there.
Congratulate you and thank you for your efforts. That's one of the biggest needs in the country. 70% of African-American households have women raising children by themselves without a man there. So they need that type of help. So we thank you.
Thank you.
Addition. Go ahead.
But back to the matter in hand. Like I said, I don't hate Angela. I'm kind of disappointed that we have to come here because we could have saw this any other way, but it all comes down to, I think it's a little bit jealousy because I had a child. The thing is, Angela has a few times asked me for favors, and whenever I do a favor for Angela, it's there, no problem. Okay, so coming in hand, when she moved out of her, or when she had to leave the house, I offered her to let her kids stay at my house so she can stay at a shelter. The shelter will replace her into a home in a month. Okay, so I said the kids can stay at my house, and she had a few items.
Why didn't you want her to stay there?
There's 3 guys that stay in my house. I don't think there's room for no woman. And besides, you know women, they don't let the toilet seat back down when they're done.
Benefits a little more often. You said that women don't what?
They don't let the toilet seat back up when they're done. They just leave it down.
Go ahead.
But I agree that if she, the kids are gonna stay there as long as they want, because I don't want them to go through the shelter process with her. Within 2 weeks, she's out the shelter. So prior to that 2 weeks, me and her, she already had told me she was pregnant on the day my son was born and all that. So we kind of discussed that with the kids. So prior to that following up to this incident that happened, prior to this happening, Angela ended up asking me could she stay Tuesday and Wednesday of that month. And this is on a Saturday, she asked me, because her parents was having an anniversary and she didn't want the kids to be around the kids, quote, quote. And I said, yeah, Angela. So Angela ended up staying from Saturday to the day we went and took care of the problem, which was that following Friday. So she, instead of staying Tuesday and Wednesday, she stayed the whole week. I didn't have a problem. I knew we was gonna go through that. So now, Saturday is my boot camp day. Normally, I got kids there. She's in the hospital. She calls me around 10 o'clock and asks me, can I bring her something to eat? And I say, yeah. She's saying, well, you act like you don't care that I'm in the hospital. I said, Angie, I got kids over here. I don't have a vehicle. I'll get you the food as soon as possible. So I go take her the food. I get to her hospital room, and the first thing she addresses with me, you don't care if I die or not. I said, Angie, I know it wasn't that serious. In and out patient. You're in and out patient. It's not like it's serious.
It was that serious.
Okay. Anyway, so I sit on the hospital bed. She's like, oh, you don't even care if I died. I said, well, Angie, it is what it is. I get a kick. Okay, boom. Now she's loud. But prior to that, I had told her my girlfriend was staying there. So she knew this. So she, instead of her doing the right thing, she goes home, jumps in her friend's car, comes up in my driveway like, whoop! So I move. Okay, so I get out the way, whatever. She tried to hit you. I want my stuff. No, she didn't try to hit me.
Oh, okay.
No.
She want her property. We're going to get to the property. This is her part, and then we'll let you respond to that. But once again, I do admire your the boot camp operation you run.
Thank you.
But if you're producing babies 2 at a time with women you aren't married to, sounds like you might literally need a boot. In a certain part of your body.
So do.
Friends with benefits typically means you all associate for the most part for sex. Or we're friends and we'll have some sex, but we're not mates.
Right.
That's what it means.
Plaintiff Angela Hood had a sexual relationship with the defendant, and she claims she discovered she was pregnant with his baby just hours after he had a baby with another woman.
Go ahead, ma'am. Let's hear about the property that you're suing for.
Okay, I have a list of the property. Well, I'd like to say that a couple days after the procedure, I did go back over to his house to retrieve my son's blanket and his car seat. And when I pulled up there, I had my oldest son go in to ask for the items, so there wasn't no conflict. But when I pulled up, there were some of my items that were sitting outside. So to avoid conflict, I waited until we left, and I text messaged him and asked him what was going on, why is my stuff sitting outside? And he proceeded to text me back and tell me, yeah, you think I did sell your stuff. I made $150 off of the washer and dryer. And you
have that?
I have all that right here.
Let's see it.
And you owe me $75.
Go ahead.
And that I still owe him $75, and then we're even, you baby killer too.
Ooh.
And then the other one said, don't call my phone. I'm not gonna answer unless you got my $75.
Okay.
So.
Sir?
The night in question that everything went down, Angie came back and got all her stuff. She left a few boxes, a mattress, and a few I got, the stuff that was left at my house. Angela, she called me for her stuff.
Let me see it, please.
She called me for her stuff, sir, and she had Abbott time to come and get her stuff.
How much
Abbott
time? How much?
I called her and told her the next day she'd come and get it. She didn't come and get it the day before I went to work. I put it back in, I put it into my garage. The following day, she came to my garage.
Why did you put it out in the first place?
I'm done with Angie. I broke my neck for her, and I
put people's things out into the elements.
Well, I didn't put it on the curb. It was in my front yard. It wasn't like I stuck it on the curb.
Elements.
Okay.
Access to the rain, the snow.
Right.
Go ahead.
But first and foremost.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, that was probably a little bit, bro. But I was a little frustrated because they want to call my baby mama, start all the drama. So I just said, well, if you want to go that deep, I'm just going to put your
What
stuff
about
out.
the washer and dryer?
Her washer and dryer's at home,
You told
sir.
her you sold. I made 150.
Yeah, but I never sold it. That was just a bluff. She got it.
I did, Your Honor, I did retrieve my washer and dryer. Then when I went there, everything else was gone. But that was the original text message. When I seen my stuff outside, I asked him, and that's what he said to me.
Kitchen items.
All of my dishes, every last
You put
pot,
them out?
pan.
No, did I put them out?
Yeah.
I put them all. I had help. Yeah, I just, no, yeah, basically, yeah.
What?
Yeah, I did.
All
Yeah,
right,
okay.
then. Your counterclaim, $2,300 for stolen property. How does she owe you?
Okay, Angie came over, knowing she's one of the few people that know these rims are in my car, in my garage, covered up. It just so happened that the washer and dryer's gone, and the rims are gone. So I calls Angie and say, and the first thing I say to Angie, I say, you stole my rims. She said, well, you put my stuff out. Click. I ain't talked to her since then. She's been calling my phone, calling my phone, but I ain't answering it because right now, the way I feel, there was gonna be some cuss words. We wasn't gonna solve nothing this way.
Ma'am?
Your Honor, it was over a week later. I had texted him and told him I was coming to get the rest of my belongings because he would not answer the phone. It was a week later. His garage had been open. I did not take his rims, and I told him that. I had nothing to do with that. I wanted my last little bit of stuff. Yeah, I did. I wanted the rest of my stuff, and I wanted to be done with him just as much as he wanted to be done with me. I heard about the rims a week later
So
afterwards.
what did you retrieve, the washer and dryer?
I retrieved my washer and dryer.
From the garage?
From the garage.
How did you get them? Transport, help?
In my truck. Yeah, me and my two sons.
How old are your sons?
10 and 4.
So your 10-year-old and your 4-year-old lifted your washer and dryer?
No. Oh, my mom came over and helped me with the washer and dryer. The rest
Your
of the
mother lifted a washer and dryer?
Yes, my mom, me and my mom lifted the washer
whoever helped you with
and
the
dryer.
washer and dryer, I think they helped you with the rims. Your judgment, however, is $2,300. Do you have anything for your rims? A receipt, an estimate?
By the time I came to court, sir, I got a receipt.
I'll grant you $1,000 for your rims. Your judgment is $1,300. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks again, man, for helping these young folks.
Thank you very much, sir.
They need
God
it.
bless you. Yeah, I'm staying on them. I don't like that. Yes, thank you.
Well, I hope it makes you feel good while you
Well,
talk.
it makes me feel better.
Whatever. You sit there talking about what you do with the kids. How you gonna do whatever with the kids and take from my kids, Robert?
You lie. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa.
Yeah, right. You're an idiot. You say you help the kids and you're gonna take from my kids. You took all my kids' stuff,
I fed
Robert.
your kids every day. What did you do for
And it doesn't matter. You
wasn't
still
there.
took everything from them. You took everything with my stuff. I didn't come here with no
They
food.
shouldn't be calling me daddy, mommy, because I took care of
No, because you
them.
don't
didn't
act
have a
like
place
a
to stay.
daddy.